my portfolio on January 3rd, 2022. Hi, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kev's Mindset, and I've been doing a series on my channel where I go over my portfolio and what it currently sits at in a certain time frame. So I started off doing my kind of episodes every single week, but I realized I was kind of updating you guys on my portfolio a bit too often, and I didn't have much changes week by week. So I changed it to month by month, and my last one was at the beginning of December. So now that we headed into January of 2022, I'm super excited to bring to you guys my newest and latest portfolio update. So we're going to be going over a few things in this video. We're going to be going over my current positions. We're going to be going over positions I'm interested in, why I'm in the positions I'm in right now, why I changed the things in my portfolio, my buys and sells, everything. We're going to be going over my entire portfolio, what's going on, and moves I plan on making for the rest of 2022 and in January more specifically. So to start off, my portfolio has changed immensely since the last time we spoke. I used to have many more positions, and now I've kind of consolidated it into much less. So on Webull, we can see that I have only 4 positions at the moment. I have Enphase, I have Affirm, I have AT&T, and I have Facebook or Meta. And the reason I have these 4 positions left is, well, AT&T is kind of a cash park for me right now. I'm waiting for their dividend, which is going to be in the at the end of January. So I'm waiting for their dividend. I also think that their company is severely undervalued, especially when I was buying it in the 22s and 23s. And so now I was able to get my average down from about 28 all the way down to 24.74, and honestly, I think AT&T is a great company, but I don't see it having that huge growth that I want for my portfolio, so I don't see it being a staple in my portfolio moving forward. However, in the meantime, I think it's going to be okay to continue having it in my portfolio, kind of as a cash park slash slow growth type of play, dividend type play. But in the long term, I don't think it'll be a part of my portfolio. I think right now it's just a cash park, as I've said. Meta, I see them as a huge metaverse play, obviously, and I think that their kind of branding and their building of Oculus is going to be huge for them in the future. Their building of the metaverse is going to be huge for them, and I think they're just right on the frontier of Web 3.0, and I think that they're going to do a great job, even though a lot of people think that Web 3.0 is going to be completely decentralized. I personally don't think that's true, and I think that a company like Facebook is going to play a huge factor in Web 3.0, so I'm definitely excited for them. Affirm, buy now pay later company, I've talked about them a million times. If you want to see more deep breakdowns, you can go through my channel and watch those. But Affirm, very bullish on it. I'm kind of down on it right now, but I think it's a great company and I'm excited for it, especially in January and heading throughout the rest of 2022. Now, Enphase is growing its profitability, growing its margins, growing its revenue, just growing like crazy as a company. So I'm super excited about them. I think once supply chain constraints kind of start calming down even more, I think that the company will thrive even more than they already are. So I'm definitely bullish on Enphase. I think they're a great company. And my plan for my portfolio, that's Webull, and now I'll throw up my public portfolio. On public, I have a couple companies. So I have Nvidia and I have Tesla. Now, these are also 2 companies I'm insanely bullish on. I wish Tesla was a bigger position, but I bought in, at the time that I bought in, it was a large part of my portfolio, because it was like a $400 portfolio, and I bought $100 into Tesla, and I was like, oh my god, this is insane. But now it's not really a large position, because now my portfolio is over 10x the size of that $400 portfolio. So now Tesla's not as big of a position, and it's kind of sad, but I'm up 75% on it, and I don't really want to average up. So I've been looking at Tesla. I've been thinking about what I want to do with it. I think it's a great company. I want to keep it in my portfolio, but I need to wait for it to kind of dip down to level maybe in the 800s, 900s again, and there I'll start adding again, and I'll build it up to a position that is much larger and a much more important part of my portfolio. So I'm definitely still bullish on Tesla. Nvidia is a newer one that I didn't used to have. I love them. I think they're a great company. I think they're gonna have an insane year in 2022, and I think they're gonna continue to grow. I think they're perfectly placed for the metaverse, for AI, for VR, for all these different things, for EVs and all the technology that they have going on. I think that they're perfectly placed and perfectly timed, and everything that they're doing is insane, and I think that they're going to continue to be a great company for the future. So definitely bullish about them. I think that they're a great company. And then as you can see, I also have some cryptos, like I have Bitcoin and I have Cardano. Bitcoin I'm the most bullish on. I think it's a nice store of value, and I think it's gonna kind of do well heading into like Q3, Q4 of 2022. So I'm just gonna continue to build the position up a little bit, like add X amount per week, X amount per month, and continue to build out that position. Cardano is obviously a little bit more speculative than Bitcoin. I kind of wish that I owned a little more Bitcoin as opposed to Cardano, and I also wish that I held Ethereum, but I ended up using it as a trade for DocuSign, which went pretty well, and then I rolled that into Nvidia. So no complaints there, but I do wish that I had held onto my Ethereum. I think I'm a little more bullish on Ethereum long term than I am on Cardano, but we'll see. I think Cardano is still a great investment personally, so we'll see what happens with Cardano. If it goes up, I think I see it more as a trade, which is not going too well right now, but we'll see what happens. But basically, that's my portfolio right now, and my plan, as you can see, was to consolidate down to about 5 positions, and then crypto, which is, I think of it separately, even though it's in the same brokerage. I think my plan for 2022 was to consolidate my portfolio down to these key positions I have now. I want to build out Tesla, I want to build out Nvidia, and I want to kind of rotate AT&T into Facebook or Meta. And I think my kind of plan for 2022 is to have these 5 positions and have them grow all somewhat together, because I think if I condense my portfolio more, which I also have a video talking about condensing my portfolio, I think doing this will allow me to achieve higher returns than I did in 2021. And so that makes me very excited, and I think January is going to be a great month. We'll see what happens with the Fed throughout 2022. I think it's kind of interesting looking at them and seeing, okay, is Jerome Powell going to turn dovish again, or is he going to remain hawkish? Is he actually going to raise rates? How much are we actually going to see all 3 rate hikes? And we'll see what happens. Honestly, I'm keeping an eye on the market, because when you look at bond yields and when you look at all these different factors, inflation, interest rates, like when you look at all these different things, the market seems kind of hectic, and it's kind of weird, especially with crypto, seeming as a lot of people use the Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, but it seems to go down as inflation is going up because the liquidity is getting lower and there's more people worried about other things, so people pull out their money. And it's kind of crazy that how much the market's kind of counterintuitive right now. And so having my portfolio condensed into companies that I love and kind of feeling safe within these companies I feel great. I'm not too concerned over what happens this next month, next few months. I'm more interested in what happens over the next couple of years. That being said, though, I am still kind of looking for gains here and there. And so with these 5 companies, I think I'm going to see large growth over the next coming years. And I think they're great companies to hold on to. Affirm is the only one where I'm really bullish on it for now. But I think if we see any hits of the economy, I don't think Affirm is the best company to be in, seeming as they kind of lend to people with not great credit scores. So I would rather rotate that into something like Visa or something like Square or PayPal, which I would feel much more safe in. But yeah, that's my portfolio right now. I think that I have some great companies in my portfolio. I'm really excited for them heading into 2022 and heading into this month in general. I'll update you guys again heading into February. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you did enjoy. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I'd love to answer them. See you in the next one. This was Kev's Mindset. I appreciate your time.